What's up, guys, and welcome back to another NBA News and Analytic Commentary episode. And today is July 10th, 2021. And the reason for me not uploading the past 2 days is I'm on vacation, and my past 2 days have been busier than the previous days, so I haven't had any time to make a video and get good sleep in order to make the best quality content that I can provide for you. So I hope you understand why, but luckily the next game of the finals isn't until tonight, so that means that technically this video isn't overdue. So in a way, it's better that it's coming out today since Game 3 will be played today. So anyways, we're going to be going over Game 2 of the NBA Finals, which took place in Phoenix, Arizona, between the home team, the Phoenix Suns, and the Milwaukee Bucks, who are the Eastern Conference champions. And for the first thing that I want to talk about is Giannis Antetokounmpo. And the first game he played, he dropped over 20 points, except you could tell he wasn't really himself, and that affected the outcome of the game. Except tonight, he was himself. He was one of the only two players to score a single point for the Milwaukee Bucks in the third quarter. He scored the most points in a quarter in NBA Finals history, and when he topped LeBron James and Shaquille O'Neal in that category, and he dropped 41 points. But the outcome of this game didn't show it, because the Phoenix Suns won the game, and the reason as to how they won, at least in my opinion, was they played great as a team. I mean, there was one possession where they had 10 passes before they could get the bucket in, and they made it. And that killed so much time off the clock, and that's great teamwork. And it was great defense by the Bucks, but still, the great offense by the Suns overpowered the greatness that was the Milwaukee Bucks defense. So the Bucks are great, except the Suns are greater, I guess, because that's how they've won this game. That's how they've made it to the NBA Finals. So there's that. And then Jrue Holiday, I want to talk about him as well. He had a pretty average performance to his standard when it comes to offense, but defense, he blocked DeAndre Ayton, who's like at least 9 inches taller than him. So he had a great defensive game. Giannis is resembling LeBron James with some of the blocks that he's getting. And right here you just saw a block from Jrue Holiday, but fortunately enough for the Suns, it bounced into the hands of DeAndre Ayton, who slammed it down. But yes, Jrue Holiday played a great defensive game. Chris Middleton was less of a factor in this game than he was in Game 1. In Game 1, he led the team in scoring. He had over 32 points, which is very good. And Giannis, like I said, played an amazing game, but when it came to free throws, he was very inconsistent. He'd usually make one and then miss another one when it came to his set of 2 free throws. Sometimes he'd make both of them, and then other times he'd miss both of them. So I don't know what happened to his form, because if you look at the statistics, he was one of the best shooters in the game, one of the most promising shooters in the game in his rookie career, except all of a sudden his form has slowly evolutionized in a negative form, in a negative way. And that has caused him to somehow be petrified when it comes to shooting free throws. I mean, sometimes he airballs them, and I understand the crowd's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to usually 11 or 12 or 10, But it's been going on for so long now that you just have to wonder, it can't be affecting him. He says it doesn't affect him, and he has to use it as fuel and as energy. And right here is a 3 from Giannis. So that's one of the times that he had good shooting form and shot the ball well, but other times he airballs the basketball from the free throw line, which is something that you shouldn't see an NBA player doing, especially in clutch time like the NBA Finals. And it's to the point where the Suns are intentionally fouling Giannis, like, in a very hard fashion. That way he won't score the bucket, and he'll likely only get 1 point out of the free throws. Sometimes he'll get 2, and if they get really lucky, he'll get 0. So that is not an optimal form of Giannis's game. That's the only thing I believe he needs to work on, because he's a 2-time MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year. So it's not like he's bad at defense and bad as a player. He's not. He's a superstar. But he needs to get his shooting form back, because if he continued at the pace he was going at in his rookie year, he'd be one of the best shooters in the league right now with Steph Curry and Damian Lillard. So I find that very interesting. And next we're going to be talking about Devin Booker, who outscored Chris Paul this game. Usually it's weird. Every other game, it's like Chris Paul outscores Devin Booker, and then Devin Booker outscores Chris Paul. But they play amazing team offense, and that is why the Suns won this game. Cameron Johnson and Jay Crowder, 2 role players on this team, but I don't care. They have played great this series. Jay Crowder, he didn't make a single bucket in Game 1, and he made his first 3 field goal attempts in Game 2, and he played amazing defense in both games. And Cameron Johnson, the bench player, the man coming off the bench, he's about 6'8", 6'9". He can shoot a 3-point shot like it's nothing. And I love how he's from Moon Township, Pennsylvania, you know, coming from the homeland of PA. But yes, he's played very well. I'm very impressed with him. I'm impressed with what he's done to come off the bench and give this Phoenix Suns team momentum, or just add to their momentum that they've already built up. It's like they don't miss a step whenever they pull Jay Crowder and Mikal Bridges, another great player. And DeAndre Ayton, really, he takes care of the perimeter, which opens up the shot for Devin Booker, the shot for Chris Paul, the shot for Jay Crowder, and that's huge for this team. DeAndre Ayton, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. I believe he's an all-star caliber player, except apparently other people think not, which is fine. He's borderline all-star, I'll say that, but the way he's performed in the playoffs, I think he is an all-star player. And Brook Lopez, once again, showing up to play, over 15 points again. He's been huge in this playoff for the Milwaukee Bucks ever since the series against his former team in the Brooklyn Nets. And it's very nice to see the Suns fan base is going wild. They're up 2-0 as they play Games 3 and Game 4 in Milwaukee in these next 2 nights. This game will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it should be a good one. If the Bucks lose this game, I think the series is over. If they lose one of these next 2 games, I think this series is over. If the Suns take a 3-1 lead, I know that it's been done before once by the Cleveland Cavaliers, but I don't see them coming back. So let me know what you guys think. Who is going to win Game 3? Let me know in the comment section below. And with that being said, I'm your boy Meatloaf, and I'll see you guys in the next video.